Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dale Clem, and I am here to present What You Put in Your Eye. I'd like to begin this presentation with a little story. It was August 14th, some years ago. It was a crisp autumn morning, and I realized something wasn't quite right. I woke up, and I had lost all the vision in my right eye. Now, this had lightened up something in me, something where I had to understand what was happening. And along with understanding what's in your eye and how your eye works, goes along with what exactly you put in your eye and the chemistry behind that. Eye drops were actually discovered, quote, as eye drops all the way around 1553 BC and in 1872. And they were more used back in the ancient Egyptian times in that 1553 BC as a cosmetic cream more than a medication. And all of this information is thanks to the article 3,500 Years of Artificial Tears. And in this papyrus in the top right corner of the screen, we can see, if any of you know ancient Egyptian with their hieroglyphics, this is actually what they used for the eye drops and how they were to make them. And who discovered them in 1872, you might be asking. Well, that will be thanks to George Ebers, and he was a German Egyptologist. So he took the information as shown in the papyrus, and he was able to translate it all the way back to them using the eye drops as a cosmetic cream rather than a medication. And their uses all over millennia. We start out with the cosmetics, and then some of them are lubricants, such as the artificial tears, and they are also anti-inflammatory meds. And all of this information and the class of the eye drops and the color of their bottle cap, as shown to the left of the text, is thanks to Medication Guide on glaucoma.org. Now, I am very familiar with the anti-inflammatories / steroids. They are the same thing. I took an eye drop called gentamicin, and it had that pink cap. That was for my glaucoma. So I know that the anti-inflammatories worked because my eye would always get red. It would seem to puff up, and it would get really, really itchy. But as soon as I took those steroids, it would calm down and it would get to a less red state. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure, are wondering, what exactly are they made of? So the eye drops are combined with tetrahydrozoline and hydrochloride. This is also given to us by Medication Guide on glaucoma.org. Basically, what the tetrahydrozoline is an alpha agonist, and then the hydrochloride is an alpha-1 receptor. Now, both of these ingredients are very common in artificial tears, such as Visine, which is a really common brand of eye drop or artificial tear. And Dr. Carol Shields is one of the most leading ophthalmologists in the world. And on the Power List, which is basically a hall of fame for ophthalmologists, as you can see, thanks to the Hall of Fame on the Power List website, Carol is number one, and she's held it for the last 2 years as well. And some societal impacts of either not taking eye drops or taking eye drops. If you don't take eye drops, the negatives could be redness, itchiness, puffiness, and just overall irritation. And then the positives are treatment of diseases such as glaucoma. Sometimes you can treat diseases of the retina with them, but some of those diseases can't be cured and treated. It's just a temporary fix. And then, in my case, glaucoma, it will help as an anti-inflammatory, which will reduce that redness and itchiness, as you can see in the negatives. And this information is again brought to you by the medication guide on glaucoma.org. And just a recap of this whole presentation about what we put in our eyes. Eye drops were originally discovered to be from ancient Egypt in 1872 by the German scientist George Ebers. And moving millennia ahead, modern eye drops have a lot of different uses. Some anti-inflammatory, some just lubrication, and some are even cosmetics. And the only negative impacts of not taking them are really just inconvenient side effects. Like if you're prescribed gentamicin or prednisone, both are a steroid. If you don't take them, your eye's just going to get really puffy and red, and it'll be really, really itchy. And that is all. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you now understand what it is you put in your eyes.